How to avoid insomnia during times of high stress. Why does worry steal our sleep? Understanding the cycle of emotional insomnia. Insomnia is one of the biggest enemies of modern health. And during times of intense stress, like financial struggles, family issues, illness, or pressure at work, it becomes even more present. But why does this happen? Why does the mind refuse to shut down right when we need rest the most? The answer lies in the cycle of emotional insomnia. This cycle usually starts with a specific worry, a thought that keeps looping in your head. What if I can't solve this tomorrow? Or what if everything goes wrong? These thoughts trigger the body's stress response, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And what do these hormones do? They put your body on high alert. Your brain believes there's a real threat, even if that threat exists only in your thoughts, and activates the fight-or-flight mode. In this state, your heart rate speeds up, your breathing becomes shallow, and sleep just doesn't happen. This constant state of activation keeps your brain from entering the deeper stages of sleep, especially REM sleep, the phase responsible for processing emotions and consolidating memories. The result? You wake up exhausted, irritable, and even more vulnerable to stress, which in turn feeds the worry loop. And just like that, insomnia becomes an unconscious habit. There's another piece most people don't realize. The fear of not being able to sleep makes it worse. You lie in bed already anxious, thinking, will I fall asleep tonight? This kind of performance anxiety builds even more tension, and your body goes back into alert mode. The fear of insomnia actually fuels the insomnia. But here's the good news. Understanding this cycle is the first step toward breaking it. It's like your mind is stuck in a constant alert loop that needs to be rewired. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video, how to teach your body and mind to trust sleep again. Here's a powerful metaphor. Think of sleep like a cat. If you chase it, it runs. But if you lie down calmly, relax, and make the environment quiet and safe, it will come close and curl up next to you. Sleep can't be forced. It has to be invited. So the first step isn't to fight insomnia. It's to recognize what's triggering this alert state, to become aware of the thoughts that are feeding this cycle, and learn how to transform your nights into a space of safety, not a battleground for the mind. In the next topics, we'll dive into practical strategies to calm your nervous system, reset your nighttime routine, use biohacking to your advantage, and most importantly, restore your inner peace. But it all begins here. Realizing that your insomnia isn't your fault. It's simply your body's way of trying to cope with overwhelming pressure. Now that you understand the mechanism behind emotional insomnia, we can begin to dismantle it. It's like untying a knot, and here's the good news. Your body wants to sleep. It needs to sleep. And with the right tools, you'll help your mind find its way back. The power of the nervous system, how to activate rest and recovery mode. Now that you understand how emotional insomnia forms through the cycle of worry and constant alertness, it's time to explore one of the most effective ways to break that pattern, consciously activating your parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and recovery mode. Our autonomic nervous system is divided into two major branches: the sympathetic, which kicks in during stress, danger, or high activity and keeps you on high alert, and the parasympathetic, which is responsible for calming the body, slowing down the mind, and preparing you for sleep, digestion, and cellular repair. The problem is, when you're under intense stress, your sympathetic system stays overactivated. It's like living in a constant state of invisible threat. And here's the secret. If you can teach your body to return to a state of safety, sleep will naturally follow, like a ripple effect. But how do you actually do that? Here are some powerful strategies backed by neuroscience, biohacking, and self-care. Rituals. 1. Diaphragmatic breathing. The fastest way to activate the parasympathetic nervous system is through your breath. When we breathe in short, shallow bursts, like we do when we're anxious, the body interprets that as danger. But when we breathe slowly and deeply using the diaphragm, we send a signal to the brain. You're safe. Try this simple breathing exercise before bed. Inhale through your nose to a count of 4. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth to a count of 6. Repeat for 5 minutes. This kind of breathing slows your heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and calms your brainwaves, creating the perfect state for sleep. Warm bath and thermal contrast. Taking a warm bath at night isn't just relaxing, it has a powerful physiological effect. When your body temperature rises and then naturally cools down after the bath, it mimics what your body does before entering deep sleep. This thermal contrast sends a clear message to your brain. Time to power down. To enhance the effect, finish your bath by rinsing your legs and feet with cold water for about 30 seconds. This activates thermal receptors that help relax the peripheral nervous system. Avoid screens and blue light at least 1 hour before bed. Blue light from phones, TVs, and computers blocks melatonin production, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Even if you're physically tired, your brain still thinks it's daytime, and guess what? If your brain thinks it's daytime, it keeps the body alert. Use this pre-sleep hour to reconnect with yourself. Read a physical book, write in a gratitude journal, meditate, or just sit in silence and breathe. The key is to break the day's rhythm and create a ritual that helps your body unwind. Foot massage or mindful stretching. Touch has incredible power. A self-massage on your feet using a calming oil, like lavender or chamomile, stimulates nerve endings that help relax your whole body. Mindful stretching, done with slow movements and conscious breathing, helps release built-up tension from the day. When done intentionally, these practices act like a code that tells your brain, you're safe now. It's okay to rest. Feeling safe is essential for sleep. Sleep is an act of trust. Your brain will only allow you to enter the deeper stages of sleep if it senses that the environment is safe. And that safety isn't just physical, it's emotional too. If you go to bed feeling threatened, pressured, or afraid, your brain won't fully let go. That's why creating a safe mental and physical space is so important. This might include a predictable bedtime routine, a dark, quiet, and cozy bedroom, soft, pleasant aromas in the room, avoiding arguments or negative stimulation at night. All of this helps your nervous system understand it's safe to shut down. Once you learn how to activate your parasympathetic system, you no longer need to fight insomnia. You simply create an environment, both inside and out, that welcomes deep sleep. Your body knows how to sleep. It just needs to be reminded that there's no danger anymore. In the next topics, we'll dive into hands-on biohacking strategies and explore how your food choices, thoughts, and daily habits directly impact your sleep quality. But first, make this promise to yourself. Starting today, you'll teach your body to relax every single day, even during the tough times. Daylight and movement. How to reset your body clock for better sleep. One of the most overlooked keys to beating insomnia, especially during stressful times, isn't just what you do at night, but what you do during the day. A lot of people struggle to sleep well without realizing they're sabotaging their rest in the very first hours of the morning. And it all starts with two simple yet powerful elements: natural light and physical movement. Our bodies are guided by an internal system called the circadian rhythm, a kind of biological clock that regulates almost every function in the body, including sleep, appetite, hormone levels, and even mood. This clock depends on external cues to stay aligned, and the most important of these is sunlight. Morning light, nature's best remedy for insomnia. When you expose yourself to natural light shortly after waking, ideally within the first 30 minutes, you're sending a crystal clear message to your brain: the day has started. This triggers the healthy production of cortisol, your natural wake-up hormone, and blocks melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy. It might sound counterintuitive, but stopping melatonin in the morning helps your body produce it more effectively at night. This process helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle throughout the day. The result? Your body understands the difference between day and night much more clearly. When evening comes, melatonin is released naturally, and your sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. To make the most of this, step outside for at least 10 to 20 minutes of sunlight exposure, without sunglasses. Even on cloudy days, natural. Light has powerful effects on your body clock. Avoid checking your phone first thing. Connect with natural light first. Movement, the quiet ally of an overworked mind. Along with light, physical movement is a major player in improving sleep quality. But this doesn't mean you need to hit the gym every day. It's about moving your body intentionally, in a gentle and consistent way. Take a walk outside, do some yoga, stretch in the morning, or even dance to your favorite song. All of these activities release endorphins, feel-good chemicals that ease stress and lift your mood. But that's not all. Movement also helps regulate your body temperature and enhances the quality of deep sleep. Studies show that people who exercise regularly fall asleep faster, wake up less during the night, and feel more refreshed in the morning. Even better, exercise helps burn off the excess mental energy that builds up when you're stressed or worried. The secret is consistency. It doesn't have to be intense, it just has to be daily. Habits that affect your sleep, without you realizing it. Throughout the day, small choices can make a big impact on how well you relax at night. Here are a few things to watch for. Caffeine. Its effects can last up to 6 hours. Avoid it after 2 p.m. Long naps. Napping more than 30 minutes in the afternoon can throw off your natural sleep rhythm. Dark, closed spaces during the day. They confuse your brain and weaken your circadian rhythm. In short, the brighter, more natural, and more active your day is, the darker and more peaceful your sleep will be. But what if I don't have time? You might be thinking, but my schedule is so packed, I don't have time to walk or get sunlight. That's okay. Do what you can. Work near a window whenever possible. Open your curtains right when you wake up. Do 5 minutes of mindful stretching by your bed. If you get a break, walk around the block, breathe deeply, move your body. The important thing is teaching your body, every day, to tell day from night. Over time, your natural cycle will reset, and deep restorative sleep won't feel like a battle. It'll just happen, as your internal rhythm finds its flow again. Your body wants to sleep. You just need to remind it how. In the next topics, we'll dive into how food, recurring thoughts, and nighttime rituals can help reinforce this new cycle of wellness. But for now, start by creating a better morning, one that's rooted in light and movement. Because the sleep you get tonight starts when the sun rises. Eat well, sleep well. How food impacts your sleep. You've probably heard the saying, "You are what you eat." But when it comes to insomnia, a better version might be, "You sleep the way you eat." It's amazing how small changes in your diet can have a huge impact on the quality of your sleep. And yet, this is one of the most overlooked factors for people struggling with restless nights. During stressful times, it's common to crave foods that bring immediate comfort, like sweets, pasta, and ultra-processed snacks. The problem is that many of these foods, while soothing in the moment, overload your system and directly interfere with the production of sleep-related hormones like melatonin and serotonin. What to eat, and when, for a better night's sleep. Your body is a complex machine, and good sleep relies on multiple systems working in harmony. Neurotransmitters, body temperature, blood sugar levels, metabolism, and all of these are influenced by what you eat. To improve your sleep quality, try to avoid heavy meals at night. Eating large or late meals forces your body to keep working while you're trying to rest. This raises your internal temperature, activates digestion, and can cause issues like heartburn or bloating. The result? You either struggle to fall asleep or sleep lightly and wake up frequently. Cut back on sugar and refined carbs. Cakes, white bread, pasta, and sweets cause glucose spikes followed by crashes. These fluctuations mess with your mood, drain your energy, and increase anxiety. At night, this can lead to sudden awakenings and a restless mind. Include foods rich in tryptophan. Tryptophan is an essential amino acid that helps your body produce serotonin, the happiness hormone, and melatonin, the sleep hormone. It's found in foods like bananas, oats, nuts, chickpeas, tofu, eggs, pumpkin seeds. Get natural sources of magnesium. Magnesium helps relax your muscles and calm your nervous system. A deficiency can contribute to insomnia, anxiety, and tension. Great sources include spinach, avocado, almonds, raw cacao, and seeds. Sip calming herbal teas in the evening. Some natural teas gently slow your body down and signal it's time to rest. Chamomile, valerian, root lemon balm, lavender passion flower. Avoid caffeinated teas like green or black tea after 4 p.m. Meal timing, a game changer for sleep. Your digestive system runs on its own internal clock. Eating too late throws off your circadian rhythm and disrupts sleep. That's why it's helpful to have your last meal at least 2 hours before bedtime. Stick to lighter meals in the evening, like soups, smoothies, or salads with lean proteins. If you get hungry before bed, opt for a light snack with tryptophan, like a banana with oats or a warm glass of milk. And don't forget, caffeine should be avoided from mid-afternoon onward. That includes not just coffee, but sodas, energy drinks, chocolate, and even certain medications. Alcohol, the fake friend of sleep. Many people believe alcohol helps them relax and fall asleep. While it may make you drowsy at first, it actually disrupts your sleep cycles, especially REM sleep, the most restorative phase, leading to frequent wake-ups and lighter, less restful sleep. It also dehydrates you, puts extra pressure on your liver, and reduces oxygen levels in your brain during the night, none of which help when you're already feeling tense or anxious. Feed your body what it needs to truly rest. The secret to using food as a tool against insomnia isn't about crazy diets or miracle hacks. It's about reconnecting with your body's natural rhythms, respecting its limits, and giving it the right nutrients at the right times. When you nourish your body with balance, it rewards you with more energy during the day and deeper, more refreshing sleep at night. And during periods of stress, this becomes even more crucial. A well-planned diet helps stabilize your mood, reduce anxiety, and set the stage for peaceful rest. Every bite you take is either building your next great night of sleep or quietly sabotaging it. Let food be your ally on the path to a healthier, more restorative lifestyle. Quieting the mind, strategies to calm your thoughts before bed. Anyone who's ever spent the night tossing and turning knows this well. Your body can be completely exhausted, but if your mind doesn't slow down, sleep simply won't come. And when we're dealing with stress, bills to pay, work issues, health worries, relationship troubles, our minds tend to go into overdrive the moment we lie down. That's one of the biggest paradoxes of insomnia. The time that should bring rest becomes a mental marathon. The mind jumps from thought to thought, plays out worst-case scenarios, rehashes arguments, and calculates endless possibilities. As anxiety builds, the body tenses, and sleep drifts further away. But here's the good news. The mind can be trained to quiet down. With practice, you can turn that nighttime mental storm into a space of calm and clarity. Understanding the anxious mind. Insomnia fueled by racing thoughts has both biological and emotional roots. Our brains are wired to stay alert in times of perceived danger. When we're stressed, the brain goes into survival mode, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which keep us awake and alert. Even if our bodies are tired, it's as if the brain is saying, "You can't sleep now. There's a threat nearby." But in modern life, that threat is rarely a wild animal. Instead, it's an unpaid bill, an unread email, or a difficult conversation replaying in your head. Yet your brain reacts the same way, triggering your internal alarm system and putting sleep on hold. Techniques to slow down your mind before sleep. Below are practical strategies you can use to calm your thoughts and ease your mind into restful sleep, even during stressful times. Nighttime Worry Journal. Before bed, take 10 minutes to write in a notebook. What's been worrying you? What do you need to handle tomorrow? How are you feeling right now? Putting your thoughts on paper helps relieve mental pressure. It's like telling your brain, "It's all written down. You don't need to hold on to this right now." This simple habit reduces mental rumination and helps shift your mind toward rest. 4, 7 to 8. Breathing technique. One of the most effective ways to calm your nervous system in just minutes. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Slowly exhale through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat this cycle 4 to 6 times. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of you that invites calm and sleep. Guided meditation or body scan. Guided meditations are a great option if you struggle to meditate on your own. There are plenty of apps and audio recordings designed specifically for sleep, leading your mind gently away from the day's worries. The body scan is another powerful practice. Slowly bring awareness to each part of your body, from your feet up to your head, relaxing each area consciously. This grounds your mind in the present moment and lowers anxiety. Avoid mental stimulation. Late at night, many people try to distract themselves with their phones, social media, or streaming shows before bed. But these visual and mental stimuli only fuel insomnia. They activate your brain and can even trigger more anxiety. Instead, slow your pace in the evening. Avoid stressful conversations or topics after 8 p.m. Disconnect from screens at least 1 hour before bed. Choose calming activities like light reading, a warm bath, or soothing music. Create a shutdown phrase. A powerful way to train your mind is to repeat a mental shutdown phrase, as if you're closing up shop for the night. Examples. Now is not the time to solve things. Now is the time to rest. I'll come back to this tomorrow. Tonight I recharge. I trust everything will unfold in the right time. For now, I sleep in peace. With repetition, this phrase becomes a calming signal that tells your brain, it's safe to let go. A trained mind rests better. No one can stop thinking entirely. And that's not the goal. What we're aiming for is enough mental space for the body to relax and let sleep in naturally. And this is possible through small, consistent, and compassionate practices. Insomnia doesn't have to feel like a prison. Even in uncertain times, you can guide your mind back to a place of peace and safety. It all starts with small actions, a notebook, a breath, an intention. You deserve to rest. You need to rest. And with the right tools, your mind can become your greatest ally in this process, not your enemy. Soulful sleep, spirituality, purpose, and inner connection as keys to restful nights. During times of deep worry, it often feels like we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. Everything seems urgent, problems pile up, and a sense of helplessness grows. The mind races, the heart tightens, and the body simply can't relax. It's like trying to fall asleep while your soul is still on high alert. But there's something crucial we tend to forget in those moments: reconnecting with our deepest self. And this right here is one of the most powerful keys to overcoming insomnia. When we talk about insomnia, we're talking about more than just a physical symptom. We're talking about inner misalignment. Sleepless nights are often a reflection of disconnection from our purpose, our values, or something greater than ourselves. In this final topic, we'll explore how strengthening your spirituality and sense of purpose can bring not just better sleep, but peace, clarity, and a new way of facing life's challenges. Spirituality, the invisible embrace. Spirituality doesn't have to be tied to any specific religion. It can show up in different ways: a prayer, a moment of inner reflection, watching the stars, meditating, practicing gratitude, or even just sitting in silence. When we're anxious and overwhelmed, we often try to control the uncontrollable. We overthink everything that could go wrong, try to predict the future, fix everything, and solve all our problems before bed. Spirituality invites us down a different path, the path of surrender, to trust that something greater is at work, even when we can't see it yet, to accept that we don't have all the answers, and that it's okay not to. This kind of surrender lifts emotional weight off our shoulders. And when the soul finds a space of trust, the body follows. Sleep becomes a natural outcome of a heart that feels safe. Life purpose, a quiet guide. Another deep root of insomnia, especially during difficult times, is the lack of a clear sense of purpose. Often, what keeps us up at night isn't just tomorrow's to-do list, but a quiet, existential question whispering inside us. Am I living the way I really want to? Am I being true to myself? Am I on the right path? It might sound too philosophical to be related to sleep, but it's very real. People who feel disconnected from their purpose often struggle with insomnia, anxiety, restlessness, and a sense of emptiness. And it doesn't have to be some big, grand purpose. Sometimes it's something simple like, I want to be more present for my family. I want to help people through my work. I want to live with more lightness. When we reconnect with that why, something inside us aligns. And suddenly, sleep isn't an escape or a struggle. It becomes an ally in the journey of living with more meaning. Inner reconnection practices for more peaceful sleep. Here are a few gentle practices to deepen your emotional and spiritual connection before bedtime. Prayer or a personal conversation with the divine, however you see it. Before bed, speak to whatever you believe in. God, the universe, life, a higher intelligence. Give thanks for what you have. Ask for comfort in what's heavy. Surrender your worries honestly and openly. This practice creates deep emotional relief, like you're no longer carrying everything alone. Many people find their sleep improves dramatically once they return to the habit of nightly prayer or spiritual reflection. Affirmations of peace and trust. Repeat calming phrases to yourself like, I trust that life is taking care of me. Everything unfolds at the right time. Now I rest, and everything else can wait. These affirmations, when spoken slowly and intentionally, begin to reprogram an anxious mind and build an emotional sense of safety. Repetition is key. It helps settle your nervous system. 3. Deep gratitude practice. Before falling asleep, either write down or reflect on at least 3 things you were grateful for that day. It doesn't need to be anything huge. A smile you received, a delicious meal, a kind word or hug. Gratitude has an almost magical effect. It brings us back to the present moment and shifts our mindset from lack to abundance. And when your heart feels full of gratitude, sleep comes easier and deeper. Create a nightly ritual of reconnection. Craft a simple closing ritual for your day. It could include turning off bright lights, lighting a candle, playing soft, calming music, saying a short prayer, or doing deep breathing, reading a spiritual or uplifting quote. This ritual acts like a gentle signal to your mind and body. From this moment on, everything is paused. Now it's time to rest. Sleep is more than a physical function. It's a gesture of trust. To hand your body over to sleep is to surrender. It's like saying, I rest now because I've done what I could today, and tomorrow I'll keep going. When we nurture that inner connection, sleep becomes more than physical rest. It becomes a renewal of the soul. And even in the hardest seasons, when everything seems to fall apart, this connection gently reminds you, you are not alone. There is purpose. There is a path. And it begins with a good night's sleep. Did you enjoy this content? Then don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Share this with someone who needs it, and let us know your thoughts in the comments.